Good morning, good morning. We are in the tarot study of the Hierophant this month of January. So they are, they are leading us into this new calendar year. And this just, I don't know, it's a good one. So here you go. And this is a card that you would normally think of as boring, right? But no, we are laying some foundation to some good things. This is the Wildwood Tarot that we learned about yesterday, the Ancestor card. And that's the Hierophant in the Wildwood Tarot. So I really like that one. And then today we're introducing, this is from the Winter Tarot, the Winter Hierophant. But I like this one too, how it's the circle of women out in the woods under the new moon there, and just learning, gathering, creating, having ceremony and ritual together. Love it. Okay. So today we are going to read from the Holistic Tarot. And then I also wanted to real quick, just on this other, I'm going to read here. And because we talked about a tiny bit of the numerology, and I didn't love the keywords from the one little book that went with number 5, because this is the 5 card. But so here it says on Mr. Google, in numerology, the number 5 symbolizes freedom, change, adventure, and communication, representing adaptable, intelligent, and sociable individuals who crave new experiences and travel. Ruled by the planet Mercury, key traits include a quick wit, a love for variety, natural charisma, but challenges can involve restlessness, overconfidence, and a difficulty with routine, making them great communicators, writers, and entrepreneurs. Now that is like some of that, all that last part is like if that's your life path number, but also like the freedom, change, communication, all of that is just with the number as well. And here's the in different roles, expression, Destiny 5 aims to bring their many talents to fruition through focused effort, embracing the world. What else? The symbolism too is the 5 senses, balance being the center number, which the other one made it feel like it was off balance, like it was like haywire, which it could be too, right? Because it's not like a Steven number that you could cut in half. Exploration, humanity, and dynamic change. And then here's another one saying, this is one that says master of change. Then in numerology, number 5 is a master of change, able to go with flow and adapt itself and to thrive in different environments and social situations. I like that. Master of change. And it kind of has that feeling, right? Let me go back and get off of there. That feeling, because this is like, feels like mentor, right? It feels like she is already like, lived through so much and has learned so many lessons, and now is helping others, guiding others. So they have become a master of change and of like continuity, like without, even if another storm happens to come, it's still like they're able to ride out the waves, right? Is easier than they would have been 20 years ago whenever it was one of their first storms, right? So I don't know. I like it. And then I liked how yesterday was like the invitation to answer the call. All right, so let's read from the Holistic Tarot, which is the big mama book, right? Oh, like Christmas. But don't worry, it's not a super, it's kind of long reading, but not too bad. Okay, we got to moisten the lips so they don't crawl into my face. Sometimes I remember to do it beforehand, but sometimes I don't. Okay. Hierophant is associated with, it's an earth card. And let me show you this is the inside of this book. This is one reason why I like this book, because see over here, it shows you the, let me fix the background, sorry, so you can see. it shows you the different symbols. So there again is the earth symbol. We're trying to memorize those two, right? See how it's the upside down triangle with the line through it, because you also have the upside down triangle without the line is water, but the one with the line is earth. And then over here you have, it's connected with the Taurus in astrology and Venus in astrology as well, the planet Venus. And then tradition, conventionalism, institutionalism, and then the Hierophant, a holy man or woman, or they, sits between two stone pillars of Hermes and Solomon. Before him are two friars, one cloaked in red roses and the other in white lilies. You know, I guess I've noticed that before, but I don't know if I've really paid attention that they're in two totally different cloaks down there. See? I probably just forgot. But it's just like your eyes go mainly stay up here, right? Or down there with the keys, and then to the tops of their heads, and then also to their little zipper looking patterns on their thing there. But but to pay attention to those cloaks too, that's good. All right. At the Hierophant's feet are two crossed keys. So not just two keys, but they're crossed, each bearing the cross of the four elements. And the Hierophant is in a red robe and carries a triple barred papal cross. And then, can you see? I'm hoping you can see. Let me adjust that even more. There we go. See the two keys? Okay. Okay. I was trying to see the four elements on there, but I just see the little... But maybe that's just... Oh, anyway, the Hierophant card suggests conformity as a prevailing impulse. To conform, one must repress certain aspects of oneself that are different from others. Hence, the Hierophant card is also about concealment. It can represent deception, the concealment of distortion of truth. It can suggest a good intention to protect, but a negative result from those good intentions, because a person should never assume he or she knows better than another and therefore try to protect or shield someone else from knowledge. Amen, right? That's such a good point. All right. Let's highlight that. A person should never assume he or she knows better than another and therefore try to protect or shield someone from knowledge, period. Because we don't know. They may want to know about us. We are not the keeper of others. Either the seeker, out of a good intention, is withholding the truth from someone else because the seeker wants to protect that person, or someone is withholding the truth from the seeker, albeit out of a good intention to protect the seeker. In either case, the result will be negative and will hurt the seeker more than it helps. Knowledge should be accessible to all. Knowledge should be accessible to all. Highlight that too. The Hierophant also reminds the seeker that the pressure to conform may cause stigma. Individuals should be free. Oh, look, this one's already highlighted. Individuals should be free to be their true selves. I feel like we might need to highlight it again, shouldn't we? Individuals should be free to be their true selves. With the pressure to conform comes persecution, often unfair persecution of others who have chosen not to conform. Thus, there is a dark undertone to the Hierophant. The theory behind the darker interpretation of the Hierophant is, I'm kind of like AI, how it, like, whenever you do the automated reading, the books that are done in AI, or they listen to those videos that are done in AI, if you notice, like, they pronounce the word different each time. I'm kind of doing that, so sorry. I promise I'm not AI, if you haven't caught on to that one already. The Hierophant is that the card was inspired by Pope Clement V, who persecuted the Knights Templar in the 1300s and allowed for their execution. Generally, the card represents the orthodox institution and power. and the subjection or even oppression of those who stray from the orthodoxy. It is about groupthink over individuality. Also note that sometimes the Hierophant can indicate that institutions are related to the matter at hand. The seeker may be dealing with organized institutions, be a leader in such an organized institution. If the seeker is a leader in an organized institution, then the card is a cautionary message to the seeker to not pressure members to conform. Okay. The traditional meaning ascribed to the Hierophant is that of sanctum, sanctorum, or that which has been ascribed as holy. If the emperor is about having authority from government or the father, then the Hierophant is about having authority from the divine. The Hierophant represents the theological quinary. The number of religion and faith. Upright, the Hierophant represents orthodoxy, conforming to what is the present norm, membership in the majority, and having the approval of those in power. Note that in reverse, the Hierophant represents heterodoxy, to be in the minority and go against the norm, and to be unconventional. The Hierophant is a holy person. They have man, but we're saying person. An important figure in his society, the interpreter of the sacred mysteries. People rely on him to be a channel between heaven and earth. In a reading, the card typically indicates a desire to follow convention and norms, a traditionalist, one who holds traditional values. Perhaps the seeker is placing too much importance on social and societal approval. There is inclination towards group identification. Perhaps there is bondage to societal conventions. The seeker is trying to observe what society deems is right. Compare to key 2. Key 2 meaning the high priestess. And it just says, if I would have read on it, it says, the high priestess is associated with the mystical or metaphysical possession of wisdom and the divine knowledge. The Hierophant is about the pedagogy of wisdom and divine knowledge. The Hierophant denotes ecclesiastical authority. If the Hierophant represents the orthodox, then the high priestess represents the heterodox. The high priestess is connected to the Hierophant in a way similar to the connection between the empress and the emperor. Nice. The element of the earth governs this card. Attributions associated with earth will represent the external forces at play in the seeker situation. Yin energy is dominant. The Hierophant could also relate to the sign Taurus, and timing-wise denote the period April 20th through May 20th. Because some people do that, like they're asking a question about time period. Then if they have all of those cards memorized as far as like the different time frames like that, like April 20th through May 20th, then and they pull that card, like if they're like, when am I going to get this new job? And then they pull that card, then it could mean that maybe. I don't really ask those questions though. Not that anything wrong with it, but maybe also too because I don't have all that memorized. It is what it is. Not as of yet, but maybe I will one day. Maybe I'll highlight those dates. April 20th and then through May 20th and Taurus. Okay. In reverse, the Hierophant indicates nonconformity. The card in reverse is about seeking freedom and liberation from conformity. And a short disclaimer / reminder, I don't do readings in reverse, but I do, sorry, my mind went blank, but I do feel like the story is going to be told whichever way, if it's like upright or reverse reading. I think it's going to it'll come out. They'll get the message through the card. Like you'll get the message you're meant to, whether it's upside down or not. But I don't see anything wrong with reverse readings is another point. I just don't do them. Okay. It's my brain. I don't like it upside down. It bothers me. Okay, the card in reverse about seeking freedom and liberation conformity. The seeker takes the unconventional path of life. The seeker will often find him or herself in the minority rather than majority, yet the Hierophant in reverse is considered a good omen card. It indicates an existentialist personality, someone who operates staunchly by self-determination. All the greats in history, especially the prophets, represent the Hierophant in reverse, spirits who dare to be unconventional. When the Hierophant appears in reverse, this could indicate that part of the solution for the seeker is to stop going along with the conventions of society. Do not try to gain societal approval. What is right or righteous should be defined and guided by the seeker only, not others and not society. Pow. What is right or righteous should not be defined and guided. Should be. What is right and righteous should be defined and guided by the seeker only, not others and not society. What is right or righteous should be defined and guided by the seeker only, not by others or society. Amen. And so it is. We had to highlight it like 3 times. The Hierophant in reverse could also suggest that the seeker has had a non-traditional education or upbringing. Overall, there's a sharp divergence from traditionalism and conformity when the Hierophant appears in reverse. Upright, the Hierophant speaks of a seeker who relies on one another, a figure of authority or an institution to define for the seeker what is right and wrong, and the seeker is attempting to conform to that definition. In reverse, the Hierophant speaks of a seeker who defines right and wrong by self-determination. Amen. And so it is. Bam. And that, my friends, is the Holistic Tarot by Benabel Wen. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And then here's the winter card again for you to see. So there you go. Thank you so much for learning with me. I just love, I don't know, I love learning. Much love. See you tomorrow.